We're joined on the phone today by actress Laura Gomez. She plays the character of Blanca on the Netflix show Orange is the New Black. Hey, Laura, how's it going today?
Hello, Dustin. I'm good. Thank you.
It's great to be speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, of course, the final season of Orange is the New Black is now on Netflix. And without giving too much away, can you tell the listeners a bit about the new season? I know your character really kind of left with a cliffhanger there in the last one.
Oh, yes. Well, we are, we keep exploring that subject. There's definitely it's going to be a heart-wrenching season for sure. It's very emotional. Our writers decided to go deep into certain topics, including, what's next for Tasty, one of the fan favorites. We have always been exposing things that are difficult to discuss, but we're bringing into the table Black Lives Matter. Now we're dealing with immigration detention centers, and what a huge business that is. So here we are exploring that further, and bringing some closure to the audience because it's also our goodbyes.
Yeah, of course, the storyline for Blanca mirrors, as you mentioned, what's going on in the country today with immigration and border issues. Yeah. I know you even started a series on Instagram about it.
I did. I was a little bit inspired by the overwhelming response that I got from the ending of season 6 and her being detained by ICE, that I realized what a powerful, if this was a powerful response through a fictional character, then there would definitely be a great idea to use my platform in a way where I could stand, or could present profiles of real immigrants who are having a positive impact in American society, and that started my Immigrant Stories by Laura Gomez. It was a little bit of my response or my way of resist to what I consider to be the demonization of immigrants to divide and conquer.
Well, one thing I love about the show, the characters who start out as minor ones eventually become main characters. Obviously, Blanca especially becoming more of a main focus here in the final seasons.
Yes. It's a show that has reminded me that there are no small roles.
Well, how do you feel about the show coming to an end? I'm guessing it's sad, but maybe are you excited to try some new stuff here after the show's over?
Yes, there's a sense of bittersweet, of course, when you have been working on a show for 7 years. That it was a game changer for sure, and impacted not just society, but our audience and our lives. But there is also a sense of, precisely because of how important it has been, it's a beautiful thing to end on a high note. And I'm very grateful to have been a part of this. I'm also, of course, very grateful and honored to have played a role that helped amplify the reality of immigrant detention. And now I think it's time to move on to other things. It takes a minute. And it's just like the audience is missing us, we're missing them. I'm missing the familiarity of our set and our cast and crew. But I think great things lie ahead, and that's the nature of this business, and that's the nature of life. We're ready.
Well, and I guess there is always the danger, regardless of what it is, if you stay around for too long, it maybe kind of ruins the legacy a bit. It's good to go out on top.
Yes, I believe that this show deserved to finish on a high note. I have no doubt about it, so I'm not even feeling sad about it. I'm just feeling it is sad to say goodbye, but it's wonderful to have been received, to have a final season received this well.
And again, the final season for Orange is the New Black, available now on Netflix. And Laura, you mentioned there not being any small roles. Obviously, that's the case here. I can't imagine that you thought when you started this out that this would be kind of the role a lot of the listeners would know you from.
I absolutely had no idea. Imagine, this character was supposed to be there for 2 or 3 episodes. I wasn't even sure that I was going to return for season 2. For a little while, I didn't even have lines. So for me to discover slowly but surely that she was becoming this warrior, this kind of revolutionary figure standing against abuse and authority, and then even having her own life, her own love story being told in a way that's been so well received by an audience that's loving them out there and rooting for them. it has been amazing. I couldn't be more grateful.
Well, I know you've done a lot in your career. Can you explain, I guess, what it's like when a season, is finally released? I mean, you work so hard on it, and then, oftentimes people are watching the whole season, in 1 or 2 days. It's not like it used to be where, you kind of ride that wave for 13 weeks or whatever.
It's very unique because what it feels like is we have created a 13-hour movie. And so that's what Netflix created. Precisely, it was Orange that kind of put Netflix and that the whole concept of binge watching on the map. And it does have its addictive quality to it, but I also feel like, it does. It reads like a movie, like a very long movie that you can see in 2 parts or something. And I think there's something magical to it, and the fact that people want to know what's next. I'm in love with that concept. I'm the type of actor who is excited to portray characters that are out of the box. And that's not always something that this industry provides for actors of color, let alone Latinas. So this show has given me the opportunity of get dirty, meaning as an actor, completely deprive myself of any sense of vanity and really go for the truth. And it's been fun, and it's what my job is all about. So, I hope it keeps expanding to other characters that I play.
Well, yeah, Laura, I know in addition to acting, you've done writing, directing, voiceover stuff, theater. I mean, you're really doing a little bit of everything in the business.
You kind of have to if you want longevity in this business. That's the way to go. So yes, I have developed other muscles that I actually quite enjoy as well.
Well, and I wanted to ask you. I know you do a lot of projects for more of a Spanish-speaking audience, and then now obviously Orange is the New Black, probably one of the most popular shows in the world. So, I mean, you're kind of, I don't know if a dual career is the right way to phrase it, but I mean, you're really kind of offering both sides of things to totally different audiences.
It's very important to me. I'm from the Dominican Republic. My family lives there. I'm very connected to DR. I actually just came back from shooting a film called Sunshine over there, where I play a very different character. And those are stories and characters that I don't get to play here because it's a different reality, and there's not a sense of the sense of identity in terms of being Latino is completely different. So here I have to write those roles that are not precisely given to me, where I just write a character that is a woman who happens to be Latina, who happens to be Dominican, and it's just a human story. And I'm very interested in human stories and not necessarily stereotypes. And that's one of the beauties of Orange is the New Black is that it comes from this place where you would think that this is what you're going to find, a stereotypical characters in prison, and we humanize them, and that's where the magic happens. When you humanize people, you discover that nobody's really what they seem to be, and you cannot really judge a book by its cover. It happened with Blanca Flores all throughout, up to the point of having this love story that you would have never imagined. So working in Latin America, working in Spanish, for me, it's second nature. It's my first language, and I have been in New York for almost 20 years, so it's as much part of me as it is, as Dominican Republic is. So it's very important for me to be a part of both worlds.
Excellent. Well, again, the final season for Orange is the New Black is out now, and is there anything else maybe we should be looking out for that's coming up for you?
I'll be informing on my social media because I'm in competition for a screenplay competition for 2 a feature and a short film, and those are 2 things that I plan to direct, and I'll be informing whether I made it or not to the finalists. Hopefully, I think I have a very very good story that I plan to tell that will take me further in that direction.
Excellent. Well, again, Laura, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm definitely stoked for the new season here of Orange is the New Black, and of course, interested to see what's coming up for you next. Again, thank you so much for your time today.
Okay. Thank you.
And again, that was Laura Gomez, better known as Blanca Flores from Orange is the New Black, the final season available now on Netflix.